Ghana news base. The defense minister wants re-evaluation of the military laws. Now, we've heard in Ghana here that there's been a little issue with the military laws. Now, the military law is all legal structures that govern military personnel in a nation, with the Minister of Defense seeing the need for the current government to review the outdated laws of the armed forces. Now, Ghana's Minister of Defense, Mr. Dominic Nitiwul, on Friday said Ghana needs to review its legal regime in regards to the Ghana Armed Forces to synchronize it with the significant provisions of the 1992 Constitution and best present day practices. Now, he said this because of a couple of reasons. He felt like some of them were outdated. He also felt like some went in a particular direction. And as a nation, as we keep on moving and changing, as we say, culture is dynamic, so should our laws also be dynamic to our ways of living. Now, the administration which managed the military justice system in Ghana, he stated, originated before the proclamation of the 1992 Constitution, yet had not seen the fundamental review that would make the laws of the Ghana Armed Forces steady with the applicable arrangements of the Constitution. Now, according to him, Section 5 of the Constitution, for instance, is given to basic human rights and freedoms of all persons, including those subject to the Code of Service Discipline. Mr. Nitiwul was talking at a function to dispatch of the contemporary approach to the military law in Ghana. A 570-page book written by Lieutenant Colonel Binditi Chito, an officer at the Legal Department of the Ghana Armed Forces. He, in this manner, lauded writer, saying, the all-around inquired book likewise gives direction in the understanding of a few parts of the military law which should be appropriately comprehended and applied. Such works give direction to policymakers and analysts. I wish to guarantee all officers, men, ladies, and non-military personnel representatives of the Ghana military that I will bolster the composition of books and the completion of research works that try to give realistic and productive answers for any feature of our difficulties. Mr. Nitiwul further noticed that the legal regime that directed the Ghana Armed Forces contained laws divided in acts, regulations, operations, manuals, and judicial decisions, amongst others. He also recommended and commended the creator for drawing in with those legitimate instruments in a way that was enlightening and informational. The book recognizes and examines some significant difficulties seen in the use of the military laws and endorses a few revisions and legislature interventions to adjust them to the Constitution and other human rights consistent. It isn't amazing to me that the book has gotten the support of top academicians, judges, and senior military legal counselors, the minister said. The book likewise tries to distinguish entanglements in military law in Ghana. It also goes ahead to show the Ghana law and proffer viable solutions towards making the law vigorous and consistent with the Constitution of Ghana. Mr. Nitiwul additionally complimented the military high command for the activities as of late to survey the legitimate administration of the Ghana Armed Forces to make it manageable to contemporary occasions. On the roles and capacities, he stated a board was introduced on the 2nd of August 2018 to audit a portion of the controls and approaches that were conflicting with contemporary worldwide prescribed procedures. Topics covered by military cover service members: conduct while in training or on active duty, protections of military spouses and service members, re-entry into civil society when their tours of duty are over is all under military law. Now, what the defense minister is trying to put out is that there are certain laws which he feels should be, reevaluated because of the fact that as a nation we are dynamic, and also the fact that things change as we move along. Now he feels as the army, which is the backbone of the country Ghana, they should have ways whereby they amend certain laws, they make certain adjustments, or probably even abolish certain of them. There might be some laws, for instance, that might say when you find someone who is a suspect of a crime, you do certain things to the person. But maybe after a evaluation of the constitution and the laws and the military laws, it might change, and those things will not be happening anymore. Now, I'd like to get your opinion on this, because some will feel like it is good to stick to the old ways by which the military laws have been governed and stuff, and how it has been in existence for a while, because you should also know that some people find it hard to adapt to change, especially when it comes to play in a way that is going to affect their ways of life. I would also like to seek your views on those who would like to have it changed. You should notice that these ways are the ways by which the military people are governed. Those in the army, the navy and the air forces. Now, day in day out, we are in a country whereby we see things happening every day. There are things occurring all the time, and then sometimes we might find it, a little strange when you find yourself at the wrong end of justice, but then you find it that it's not fair. Yeah, it happens. But when this happens, you ask yourself, who made the law? Who made that constitution? Who put this in place? And why is this still being in play? And is it affecting us up to now? So there would be a need for it to be looked at. There would be a need for it to be checked. And if after evaluation it is found out that there is no greater good that is going to come up for the majority, then it should be either abolished or changed. It happens in our communities and elsewhere. The military are people just like us. Just like we have certain rules in organizations, in schools, in churches and stuff. That's the same way the military also have their rules. Now, we have to take second thought about this, because the military are very important to us. We all know without the military, we can't be a defensive nation. Without the military, we cannot, be able to fight in case we have an attack. So if the military is okay, then we as citizens are okay. What this means is that if the military has a problem, then the nation should get ready for a problem. It's as simple as that. You can imagine that the military are feeling uncomfortable about certain things. In one way or the other, it's going to affect we the citizens. So I would like to commend him on that bold step, I really do think it should be re-evaluated, but it shouldn't just be re-evaluated for re-evaluation's sake. It should be re-evaluated so that it can have a bigger benefit to the majority of Ghanaians and the army as a whole. You understand, right? Now, moving forward, we also know that the military are very serious when it comes to certain roles. The military don't joke. We have to make sure the military is always and are always up to date. You understand? The military are a section of people who hold the nation. The military are a section of people who show us how we go about certain things. So if the Minister of Defense feels like the laws needs to be evaluated, I just think maybe he has a point. But what do you feel? What do you think? Viewers, what do you think? Ghana, what do you think? Do you think the nation is actually doing a good job by, reevaluating this military law if it actually decides to, or do you think it's a bad idea? You have to let us know in the comment sections, and you have to let us see your views. Now, we would like to send a big shout out to the military, to the Ghana Armed Forces, and to all the security personnel in the country that put in work and have a job to make sure that the country is safe and sound. We'd like to also thank the defense minister for making this bold step. We do hope it is in the right light and it comes out with positive benefits for everyone. Would also finally like to send a shout out to the president and see his take on this, and would also like to see how far he's going to go to play a part in re-evaluating the military laws. Remember, Ghana is for us, and we are the only ones who can make Ghana better for us. Thank you for watching. Do stay glued to our other media outlets. You can always subscribe if you haven't, and like the video if you do. And you can catch us on our news page at www.ghananewsbase.com. Thank you very much.